Yeah, today I want to show kind of the process that I do for most of my illustrations and show you how I mix traditional with digital art. I usually start in my sketchbook. As you can tell, it's out. I have a lot of stickers on it. You can get a new sticker pack that I made every month on my webpage if you're interested. It has a lot of stickers on it from friends, from family, the ones I made, extra ones that I made. So recently I've been really like in a cyborg spacey era. So yesterday evening I made a sketch. Wait, I don't want to show you all of the pages because some of them I'm just not as confident in. They're like a mess. But actually this was from yesterday. Oops. Yeah, so these ones were from yesterday. It's like a group project that I did with GroupMate or whatever. And then this sketch I did in evening. Don't bother about this. This is top secret. But yeah, this here I did it in the evening. You can tell it is very cyborgy, spacey, themey thingy. I'm gonna show you how I transform it digitally. Oh fuck. How I transform it digitally to make most of my drawings how I do them. And I usually take a picture of this first. Well, I first sketch this. Obviously, I first have to do that. And I didn't record that, but yeah, I just drew it. I started kind of with the face and that's the idea of like eating a star. Work down the body but yeah, now I'm gonna go on to like the next step. I'll take a picture of this and then show you what I do in Procreate. Like the initial steps are the most important ones. So see you in Procreate. So now I took it into Microsoft One Lens. This is what I use when I do not have a scanner available, but if you have a scanner, definitely scan it because the better the quality, the better the end result. Yeah, so now I set up a A4 file in Procreate in RGB because the colors I use are very, very like neon and hard to print. So I don't really like using CMYK, even though I really want to print stuff, but it's just, I love the colors, so I'm not going to do that. I like imported it into Procreate on a like normal file or whatever, and then I made like an A4 file for this specifically. So I'm going to paste it in here and size it like accordingly to how big I want it in the page. So I'm going to do a fit to canvas. Yeah. And since it's not like a scan, it's like made by my phone. There's like this discoloration here on the side where it's like much darker. Not much darker, I'm being very dramatic, but like kind of gray. And I don't like that, so I'm going to try to fix that with like an add layer and like a airbrushing brush. Okay, actually I turned it into like a luminosity layer because that layer was looking very fucking ugly. Yeah, kind of like this, so it's more even. And then what I like doing is I like the layers together and then duplicating it so I have like a save of it. And now the important part, I use color balance. In this one actually there's not a lot of like values, it's just like line art. So actually this is not going to do a lot, but if you have like a grayscale thing, I can kind of show you maybe. Like in this drawing I used it with like grayscale. This, yeah, you can kind of see it was first like that and then I added color balance and created this, which I really like. And I'm just going to try what happens here with color balance. You can also do the gradient maps, but I prefer the color balance because it gives more fun results. So here you can basically do whatever you want. Like this, I really like this color combo of this like neon with this pink. Oh, it looks so nice. And you can see like it looks really ew here, so I'm gonna fix that somehow. I'm just gonna pick up this color and then do a luminosity or whatever layer. I also added a bit of like a color layer because it's a bit like green here. Now it's more like yellowish with the color layer. So basically now I have the base done, and now I can do whatever I like. So what I meant by saying I can do whatever I like with it is basically just I'm doing the rendering process, but I expressed it in such a dumb way. And yeah, so the first thing I do usually is adding the blush, because it's, I don't know, it's a very nice part of the whole process when adding the blush. Then I add like highlights and everything, but basically the whole rendering process, I don't know how to explain it. I just do what feels right, and I don't have like a huge rule for it. Like I don't have an order of what I do first, what I do next. I just do it. And I know that's such a stupid way of saying it, but honestly this is not a tutorial, it's just explaining how I do it, how I think. But maybe in the future, if people want one, I could do one, I guess, but I would have to think about what I'm doing because I never do. So yeah, just playing around with different layers. That's what I like doing, like different blending layers. That's what one part that I do a lot is like playing around with different blending layers, because you can create unexpected results. It's very fun. And overall, I try to just build the values for like highlights and shadows, and that's basically what just shading is. I don't know why I even said that. That's very understandable. Yeah, I work like kind of in a semi-realistic way. I don't necessarily want it to be like hyper-realistic, because I think I just prefer like something that's more semi-realistic. But yeah, overall with the theme of the drawing was kind of like AI inspired, and also I'm gonna make like visual essay about AI and art because I'm educating myself on it and wanting to, what the fuck, I just heard the weirdest noise. Well anyways, I want to prepare myself for the future when it comes to AI and art, because I think it's going to be like a huge part of like a shift in art, I believe. Kind of just like cameras changed the way art was back in the day when cameras were first introduced. Like when cameras were first introduced, the need for hyperrealism became less because people were like, oh, cameras can do that. So art became more abstract and more illustrative and like all these different things. So I think AI is going to bring a similar like revolution. I don't know in what way. Like one of my guesses for now, like that's all I'm going to say for now about it, is that it's going to be very human based, like emotion based. But yeah, I do think it's gonna change in some way. I'm gonna like educate myself more on it and not say bullshit like this, like out of pocket. I just want to have more of an educated guess, but it's also fine to not have educated guesses. Like it's totally fine to just feel your thoughts and not have to always know every single little detail, but it's better. So I will make, as I said, this visual essay thing about it, kind of for myself, also for theory, like in my university, like at VDK, I also have to do it. So it's like 2 birds, 1 stone. That's going to be something that you're going to see in the future. It might be a sign, it might be a video, I do not know quite yet, but I think it's a very interesting topic. Overall, I really like how this like drawing turned out. I really like at the end, I think the pink layer really brought it together, like the multiply layer. I think it added like a cohesiveness, kind of like this warm, I don't know why this is giving me like Dora the Explorer vibes, like the colors. It's very Dora the Explorer, and it's playful, kind of childish, which I really like, but still has this more cyborgy, spacey vibe to it, which I also really enjoy. And overall, so the super long neck is something I've been doing like all the time since I've like really taken drawing seriously. It's something that I just do all the time. I do not know why, like the long necks. Maybe I can show you in the future some like sketchbooks or whatever. But yeah, overall, since it's like a new thing for me, I don't know what it's going to entail, what I'm going to do, but I think it's like a perfect way to really connect to people, to humans, and see you in the future, whatever that might be. It might be like a sketchbook tour, it might be, okay, that's the only guess I have for now. It might be something, so. And please don't forget to check out all my other like socials and my website and all these things, subscribe, blah blah blah, all that bullshit. And I don't know if I can say bullshit, like I do want to get money. I'm gonna like cuss in this video and I'm not gonna like edit it out because that's cool, but I do want money. That's something I need to think about in the future, not right now when nobody's watching. Slay, I love being delusional, it's so much fun. Like in a good way, not in a bad way. Like in a good way, like I pretend I'm already successful, like I'm already super famous, so like the world will kind of catch up. I think that's so fun, isn't it? But yeah, by successful, I don't mean famous. I just mean like happy and have money and like I can live my life nicely. But honestly, who the fuck cares? That's like something to get into in the future. Thank you for watching. And oh wait, I already said all of that, but just thank you for watching. And maybe you can comment like a suggestion that you have in the comments, like a suggestion for a video. I kind of still want to talk. I don't know. I'm like very talkative right now. I hope that stays for another video. Slay. See you. Bye.